U.S. Ambassador to South Vietnam, Henry Cabot Ledge, is resigning to devote his efforts to the coming Republican presidential campaign. An able emissary to the southeast of Asia, Mr. Lodge was able to increase U.S. prestige and influence in that world trouble spot. His resignation was accepted with regret by the President, who named General Maxwell D. Taylor to succeed him. In turn, General Taylor will be succeeded by General Earle G. as Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The appointment of General Taylor was hailed with enthusiasm in Vietnam, Laos, and neighboring countries. The new ambassador was responsible in 1961 for a study that led the U.S. to commit 15,000 troops to the Vietnamese War. He has been closely involved with the problem since. General Wheeler has been Army Chief and Head of Strategic Planning. President Johnson's appointment of General Taylor emphasizes once again this country's resolve to protect the freedom of Southeast Asia, and the President promises that he will continue to aid.
Our people in South Vietnam are helping to protect people against terror. They are also helping, and they will help more, in increasing agricultural production, in expanding the medical help, and in building a sense of hope for the good people of South Vietnam. They are helping, and they will help more, to give confidence to those who seek to help themselves, and modern equipment to those who can use it, and friendly counsel to those who are giving leadership.
It can be estimated that half of the admissions to the New York World's Fair will be children, so why not an exhibit for children alone? It's Adamsville, USA, with a 5-foot entrance that no adult may pass. Here the kids and the kids alone can take active part in working atomic devices. These mechanical hands, for example. It's soft cell education as they have the kids solving puzzles. Then they can go prospecting for uranium. Find the hidden buttons and you can spot the deposits. This scale shows weight in both pounds and atoms. My goodness, I must watch my diet. Either that, young lady, or exercise. This bike proves you'd have to pedal for 30 years to create the energy locked in a pound of uranium. Meanwhile, parents can look on enviously while the kids have a ball. Speaking of kids, the fair, of course, has the problem of lost parents. But they've set up an efficient lost and found area to cope with the situation. 50 children a day are brought to the shelters until their elders can be found. Once they've been checked in, the strayed ones are put to work amusing themselves. There's been a run on crayons and drawing paper. When wayward parents show up, everyone's happy and ready for some more sightseeing. Of 2,000 lost children since the fair opening, none has had to be sheltered overnight. But fair officials offer a better solution. Hold on to your parent tight. The Japanese have a word for it: Olympics. As host nation for the first games to be held in Asia, the Japanese have gone all out to provide the best facilities possible. The Komazawa Sports Park Stadium has been enlarged to a capacity of 85,000 spectators and is surrounded by smaller track and field sites as well as a gymnasium. New highways and rail facilities have been built from Tokyo, and when the Olympic torch is lighted in October and the first scores go up on the electronic tally, the 18th Olympiad will be underway in unsurpassed surroundings. This fall, all roads will lead to Japan, and the entire nation wants to make it an occasion to remember. The drivers rush to their cars for the start of the famed Le Mans endurance grind, 24 hours that will cover 3,000 miles. The French call it the Infernal Round, and it's just that. Less than half the cars usually finish. A race can't keep the crowd's attention that long, so there's a carnival for diversion, complete with snake charmers, fat ladies, and wrestlers who take on all comers. The bouncing behemoths don't have many takers. This year, the the race drew its biggest crowd, more than 250,000 people. Most didn't see the whole race. After all, a carnival can tire you out. All of the American entries had dropped out by the halfway mark, and there were many close shaves, but only one major accident. 3 spectators who had crashed the gate were killed while standing in a restricted area. Golfers challenged par on an adjacent course as the drivers hit the home stretch. The Italian Ferraris dominate the race, and number 20, driven by 2 amateurs, is first to cross with a 120-mile-an-hour average for the 24 hours. $13,000 in prize money makes them real pros now. The race is over, but the debris lingers on. The winners aren't the only guys who'll clean up.